Well, the Scout motto that we all know is be prepared, but not even Lord Baden-Powell would have been prepared for the present pandemic. They have occurred before, and they are always a major problem. There was the famous Black Death 700 years ago, and that spread slowly around the cities of Europe because it was spreading at the speed that people walked or on horseback. And then after the First World War, there was a flu epidemic which killed a very large number of people, and that spread at the speed of trains. But this one is different. We now have aeroplanes, so this one has spread incredibly quickly around the world, and now every country in the world has cases which are active. But things have changed. Science has improved enormously since the last pandemic of the flu 100 years ago. We now have medicines, and they are being tried at the moment on patients. We can now test for somebody whether they have the COVID-19. But yet, we are not yet available to measure whether they've had it. The antibody test, which should become positive when they've had it, is still under development. And much more importantly, a vaccine is being developed, but again, is not there yet. And when the vaccine is developed and when that has been used around the world, then this pandemic will finish. But Scouting must go on. We are all used to weekly meetings, to meeting our friends, to meeting our leaders, to doing things at these meetings. In the summer, we're used to being outdoors. We're used to camping, and Corfe Camp is now closed. But now we have lockdown. We've had it for 3 weeks, and it's likely to go on for several more weeks. There are no schools for all you young people. And that's hard for everyone. That's hard for you, it's hard for your parents, it's hard for your teachers. It's a new way of teaching. Young people are fairly safe, unless they have other problems. But the great trouble with young people is if they catch it and bring it back to their families and to their parents and grandparents, then it is very much more dangerous. And that's why lockdown is so important. So what can we do while lockdown is there? Well, firstly, we can contact friends. We can contact friends both from school and from the Scouts. You are the experts at internet far more than old buffers like me. But the particular people I was thinking of are those that don't have brothers and sisters, that are there on their own. They are the people to make a real effort to contact and talk to. Scouting is going on. We're already having Zoom meetings with the Dave, our county commissioner, and the various people who are trying to run Scouting on the island in these difficult times. And he's talking to the group Scout leaders, and they will soon be talking to you all. So there will be things happening. And the Scouts are actually making a new badge, especially for this time. It's called a Night Away badge, but at home, which strikes as slightly nonsense, but at least something is being done. What else can we do while we're at home? We can exercise. There are programs on the television regularly, exercising with people. Very, very important. We're so used to exercise. And using your computer to play games all the time is not good enough. Get some exercise. You can take a dog for a walk if you have a dog, but keep it on a short lead, because even dogs will spread it. Dogs will go back and talk to other dogs. And if the other dog has it, it can bring it back. So be sensible. Gardening. Have you ever tried gardening? Try planting some seeds and see what happens. And if you don't have it garden, it reminds me of my time in Sarajevo during the war, where they were desperately short of food. They couldn't go into the fields to plant anything because it was all mined. They couldn't go into their garden in the town in the daytime because the Serbs were all around us and were shooting people in the gardens. So what they were doing, they were growing it in their house. They were growing it on their windowsills. And you could look up at a block of flats and there will be rows of tomatoes. And it's fun gardening, and at the end of it, you get something to eat as well. So, lockdown is important. It protects us all. It protects people working in the NHS. It protects people who are looking after us by sending us letters, by keeping us fed, by removing our rubbish. So please, please, please keep lockdown. We know it's going to go on for a few more weeks. And again, when you are out walking, keep 2 meters apart and be sensible. So be prepared. Scouting will return.